Kia ora, and welcome to another playthrough in the Daily Flight in Sparrow Warfare, the upcoming game from Neon Aurelius. I'm Sweet Tunes, and I like to play computer games, and in particular I really enjoy helping beta test, play test, working with developers to get the games to be the best that they can possibly be before they go on release. If you want to know anything more about Sparrow Warfare, then drop into the description below. There's a link to Steam page where you can get it on your wish list, look out for further announcements, and also a link to the wiki where there's information on the wild tiles, the different ways, and some of the basic game concepts. There's even some hints and tips on what you can do when you play the game yourself. Right, today's flight, we're in the way of fire. We've been in the way of song for a bit, so it's quite nice to go back into fire for a little while. And what we're looking at with fire is we want to build up fire on our boss particularly, try and damage them, take down as many of their hit points as possible before they wake up and start attacking. Our modifiers, we've got Forgetful. So yesterday we were clumsy and we dropped a random tile at the end of each hand that we played. Forgetful's still not great, but it's not quite so bad. It's just a random tile at the end of your turn. And if you're lucky with that, and if you do your other discards right, you can even lose some of the more painful tiles, such as your slot hogs. Pathless. This is a new modifier, so I'm not sure how it plays, but as the description there, you start without any way wildtile. So what I'm taking this to mean, it'll be interesting when we start, is that normally we have a couple of wild tiles that directly relate to the way, so the way of fire or the way of song, and we're not going to get those this time. And then we've got Behind Chef, which is that gnarly one that flips round the birds at the start of every turn. Can be good if you've got a really strong bird at the front and they're protecting the weaker birds at the back and then they flip, but vice versa, you could have a weak bird at the front that you just need one or two more hit points to take them out, and suddenly they're protected by a 30 point, or the Craven Ravens or the Magpies, where you're looking at 30, 80 hit points. So we'll jump in and see how we get on today. So there you go, no wild tiles whatsoever. And yeah, hopefully I can actually finish the game this time. After my failure yesterday, I tried another couple of times and still did not get through. This is interesting. It's not just that we don't get any wild tiles in terms of the ones that relate to the way of fire. We don't actually get the ability to create the way of fire either. So we're going to have to play this completely with just our attack and defense. Ooh, this is going to be a challenge. So we'll just discard down a bit to see what we get coming out with our birds. Oh, I forgot about the discard straight away. Oh, and this is that challenge. Strong bird with a beak has just jumped to the front, and I don't have a lot of defence. I'm just going to start off with clearing and just using some of these low values, because I think I'm going to need Sister Claus's help straight away. And we're definitely going to snowball it, because what I can do with that is a 2-3 and a snowball, build up the defense and freeze. So cool. So now I only need to worry about a defense of 20, and I do not have 20 defense in that. I've got 18. So that is already a bit frustrating. So I'm going to lose my bird perfected right away, for the sake of 2 hit points. Right. Blimmin' heck. We've got all of the birds come out this turn. That is not a good thing. particularly because I have nothing in that set of attack that will actually help me take anybody down, which means I have no way of getting any birds and wild tiles to help me. I think usual tactic of trying to keep hold of followers is not going to work here. It's going to be, how do we survive? Yeah, it's down to 33 already. If I can't get some decent defense or take out some of these birds, I am already out this turn. So, right, what is chance going to give us? Oh. Alright, so the most I could get with cuteness is reducing strength by 5. So Feathered Fury, I wouldn't get hit at all. But I'd still be facing 8, 7, 9, and 16. That's still, I'm not going to have enough defense for that. So I am going to take out Needle. Just discard some of these down. There's no other trapped bird tiles, so we can get a decent amount of almost effectively refilling our hand. And that fortunately is enough to take down the beak. And straight up, what help can the beak give us? All that's good. I want side hustle. I like side hustle, but deafening screech is going to take out more birds, and I need that. Not quite enough to take Shar out completely, but I've now got the ability to get some rewards from Bridget. Red Dragon, draw a tile for every fire tile. Don't have any. Not helpful. But if I can get another 5 tiles out, so we'll just build up a bit of defense and then draw out some more tiles. Oh. Well, that wasn't very useful, but at least I've now got a decent amount of defense. It's not going to be enough to completely protect me, but only going down by 3 when we were facing quite a considerable amount at the start. And again, well, at least we get the chance to take out Feathered Fury, because Feathered Fury on its own hits for 30. And what are they going to give us? I think Peacock's Pride here. I'll get that. Yeah, 3 defense for every opponent. I'd like to be able to take out Shar at this point, but getting that defense going is more important. Of course, the joy of not having our wild tiles means we do at least circle throw, so my new wild tiles are at least going to start coming out now. Just going to discard down, given we're going to refill our hand with Needle. If I do a 3, 4 and a 5. take out everybody there and discard that down. Hopefully I don't lose my Peacock's Pride. Doesn't so matter so much about the losing the attack every opponent, because there's only one opponent left now. Hopefully get to keep our Peacock's Pride. Yeah, discard the lowest value, because as the beekeeper starts building up, I'm going to need that higher value defense. Oh. Yeah, you lost the one attack. That was nice. Was not expecting that. Right. Now we're going to need that additional defense. And get rid of these lower values just to... misread that. I thought it was the needle, but nope. If I have 2 slot hogs in hand, is it likely that Forgetful will take one of those? That would be nice. But we're definitely going to need some help. Okay, Green Dragon. Draw for every defense tile in hand. Just get rid of those to make sure we get the full hand. Yeah, and there's the needle. And I'll start off with... get my one extra one from the beekeeper. Yeah. And refill my hand. This is definitely a much longer game, so kudos to you if you're sticking with this. It's definitely feeling like attrition. Hey, one of the slot hogs has gone. And boosting up that. Should have asked for help first. I'm sure there's a lesson in there somewhere. So only 2 extra tiles. But a bit more defense, but we'll see what Shah's got for us. Oh, brilliant. Let's freeze the beekeeper, then I don't have to worry about defense at all. And because we're nearly out of tiles, that will come round again pretty fast. Not fast enough. Right. I'm gonna have to just pay the deafening screech. This is just damage control. How... making sure that I don't get taken out completely. I think the phrase is in trouble. Definitely in trouble. Nothing I can do there. Even if I'd played the wild tiles with the defense tiles, still would not have done anything against those. Enough. There would never been enough to combat that 40. So that's it. So that's first look at Pathless. I have to say, I don't think I'm a fan of this one. Um, yeah, we'll probably end up having another go, see if I can get more than 21 points, but that was difficult. Well, we'll see when it comes round again if it works better with other combos of modifiers as well. So I hope you enjoyed this relatively brief run this time, and I will see you next time. Kia ora.